Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Hey, Coco, Biochemical, how you guys doing? Alright, we're back with, well, what more can I really say? We're back with more of the Katawa Shoujo mod Sisterhood. Which, again, if you guys want to find out more about it, use the wonderful command KSMod. I'm playing as Katawa Shoujo Sisterhood. It's adapting popular Katawa Shoujo fan fiction. Sisterhood by guest poster. There's a link to it. The story continues on from the end of Hanako's good ending, acting as an epilogue. A very long epilogue, I will say that. It's apparently actually very long. So yeah, we're just gonna continue on, right from where we left off, last time. Ooh. Oops, sorry, itchy there for a second. Yeah. What happened last time for everyone that missed it? Well, we picked up last time. Started out with just Hisao and Hanako laying in the wheat field behind Lily's family's summer home, just gazing up at the stars and enjoying each other's company. Both of them, well, at least Hisao initially kind of like thinking a little more deeply about their relationship. How Lily has been giving them an odd amount of space, like more than you would think. Like, she's giving them the kind of space you would give someone you're trying to hook up. Like, I want these two to hook up, so I'm just gonna kind of back away, make situations where they can be together, but they're already together, so she doesn't need to do that, so they're a little kind of sort of confused on that. That entire little thing almost took a bit of a downturn, however. Because good old Hisao was trying to be, you know, funny and tickle her with a piece of wheat, but he was tickling the side of her body that has the nerve damage from all the burns she has that can't actually feel anything really well anymore. So she was kind of feeling a little bad about that, but somehow he managed to turn around with just turning into a tickle fight, which is really just him pinning her to the ground and tickling the crap out of her just anywhere he could. Just to prove, yeah, you're still ticklish everywhere. There's a lot of spots on you that are still very sensitive to touch. See? Want me to prove my point again? I'm amazed that worked. Hisao, you fucking mad lad. After that, it cut to Hanako's perspective, where she's going through a therapy session with her therapist, Miss Yumi. And things start off okay, until eventually Hanako starts to slowly kind of shut down a little, get really nervous and stuttery just because her therapist says, Oh, I'm taking a leave of absence for a little while, so our next appointment will be in like 21 days. And Hanako had to learn the harsh lesson of your therapist cannot be your friend because it can't be a real friendship. They know so much about you, but you know so little about them. They're only here talking to you because they're being paid to do it. So it can never be a real friendship, and it would just be unprofessional and just wouldn't be, it wouldn't feel right. Hanako took it hard. She took it really, really hard, unfortunately. But it's apparently a conversation her therapist has had with a lot of her patients over the many years she's been one. Hey, Coco, how's it going, buddy? He's just still a wee bit hot. Just a wee bit. But I was able to at least get some of it in there. Alright. Yeah, that's where we left off. We left off with Hanako leaving her therapy session, really kind of feeling really shitty about herself and everything around her again, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're just gonna literally pick up right from there. It's going well, hope you're well too. I'm actually doing alright. Even if I was in somewhat of a not so great mood, this title music, it is calming. It is really calming. Like, it is just so nice. And it also, just makes me... It makes me, like, feel nostalgic for something I played not that long ago. True, really, in the grand scheme of things. I love it, guys. I love it. I love Katawa Shoujo, guys. I love it a lot. I've said it before, but I'll keep saying it. I love it, and I love that mods are, like, happening now. I wish I could play Katawa Shoujo again for the first time and be able to experience it fresh for the first time. I really wish I could. I want to know if the parts that actually kind of hit me hard would hit me hard again. And also, if Lily would still be my best girl. But we're not going to really worry about Lily right now, even though apparently it looks like she's going to still play a big role in this mod slash fanfiction. So, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to do that. That's going to start it all over. I just have to go to my saves. Yeah, right there. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to have to start this all over again. There are 17 chapters in this. We are on chapter 6, so this might take us into next week, me just trying to play this and getting through it. It might just take me till next week. We'll see. I want to get this done before I start Grisaya again. I need a tiny little break from Grisaya in general. I've been playing Labyrinth for well over a year, which, oh my god, I gotta work on that because holy shit, I am so slow, apparently. Hey, Sao. Hanako, are you still awake? I had a bad dream just now. I couldn't get back to sleep right away. Then I heard you tossing and turning. Sorry about that. You don't have to apologize. I'm not sure if we're back to Sao's perspective or if we're in Hanako's perspective, so I'll just say this normally. For now. A silence. Okay, it's Hanako's perspective. Just refresh the page. Refresh the page and that should fix it. Presumably. Should I try to talk to Hisao some more? Or would he dislike being kept awake? This is the second consecutive night we spent sleeping in the same bedroom. A result of Lily's matchmaking mood. I was given the double bed Lily's parents must have used in the past, while Hisao has been using the smaller bed in the corner. Hisao, do you want to talk for a bit? Sure. I'm wondering if Hisao was thinking about the same thing I am right now. Even though we're girlfriend and boyfriend, we're currently not exactly acting as a couple. Are we supposed to right now? Okay, I'm gonna make sure a certain setting is on. Yep, okay, good. Yep, setting is on. Good, good, good. Setting is on. That's 100% what I needed to know. Yeah, there's the source. Just in case, I will be ready to hide this if something decides to slip through. Just in case. I wouldn't mind if you got a little closer. Like, sit on the edge of your bed? That would indeed make talking a little bit easier. You can lie next to me if you want. If you don't mind. I hear the sound of shuffling steps slowly coming closer. Due to the heavy curtains covering the windows and the absence of streetlights outside, the room is pitch black. I hope Hisao won't bump into something like I did when I nearly knocked over Lily earlier. As the shuffling stops, I move a bit closer to my right to give him some space. A moment later, I hear him get into the bed. Yeah, this is gonna be awkward. He was just thinking about... Back in the wheat field, he was thinking about sex. And how, is it something she would even really want to do? Would I have to initiate? But would she only do it because she feels like she needs to? Like when they're, like in the base game when they had their first little interaction? It wasn't for a good reason, really. Okay, yeah, they're just being awkward in bed together. It's 3 ellipses in a row. This feels awkward. I try to make conversation by asking the first question that pops into my mind. So, do you often have trouble sleeping? On occasion. It's my medication. It sometimes messes with my sleeping patterns. Sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night, and sometimes I can't fall asleep no matter how tired I feel. I'm sorry. How about you? Do you often have bad dreams? Sometimes. About the accident, or about elementary school. It used to be worse than it is now. You've been getting better? Therapy is helping a bit. Though I still take sleeping pills sometimes during periods when things get especially bad. I'm trying not to rely on them too much. I met Miss Takawa a few days ago. I know. She asked me if she could meet you. She seems nice. A bit odd, but nice. She is. Another silence. I want to say what's on my mind, but I'm not sure how to put it. Hisao, how has your heart been lately? Not bad. I've responded well to those early morning jogs. Hey, we love to see that. Come on, his heart is getting stronger, guys. His heart is getting stronger. He's not gonna just drop dead randomly now. I mean, it could still happen, but it's gonna take a little more. It won't just be from running. Nothing happened like during that night? I feel him freezing for a moment. We never mentioned that night again after we started dating. Even the memory is still painfully awkward for us both. No. Not even a small flutter. With luck, it'll stay that way. Look at today. We walked to town and back in warm weather, and we had another long walk this evening. I'm not saying I'm in perfect shape yet, but I'm slowly getting better at handling physical activity. Because we're in a relationship right now, I thought you were worried about your heart and it's weird trying to do the stutters. Trying to do the stutters is really clunky. With the voice I give Hanako, it is a little clunky. I will be honest. Yeah. Milwaukee, Massachusetts. Or Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, I don't know anyone in the States. Fucking telemarketers. Yeah, okay, you're leaving a message. I totally believe that. Totally left a message. I hear him sigh. He probably understands where I'm going. You want to know why I picked my own bed if I wasn't worried about my heart? We have shared a bed before. It's pretty confusing, isn't it? We just started dating. We haven't done anything besides kissing and hugging. And yet we've lost our virginity to one another. Sharing a bed shouldn't be a problem, right? We've gone further than just sleeping next to each other. It is a bit confusing. I wasn't sure how you felt about physical intimacy beyond what we've done so far. I don't want to feel the way I felt last time ever again. I don't understand. Hisao takes a long pause. I feel that last time, sleeping with me was just a means to an end to you. You didn't want the experience itself. You just wanted me to see you in a different light. I did something to you that you didn't really want. Something intimate that you didn't really want. Afterwards, when I learned your motivation, I felt like I had my way with you. Like I took advantage of you. Honestly, a lot of the fandom does kind of believe that. They do think he did do that. I mean, in a way, they are right, but in the same token, I mean, it isn't initially what she wanted, but it was a very awkward situation. It was a very, very awkward situation. Oh, holy crap. I had no idea he felt this bad about it. It's true I let him have sex with me, but I didn't feel like he forced me to. I don't really see it that way. I feel it was me who was taking advantage of you. I had ulterior motives I didn't tell you about. At least, not until later. Even so, the whole thing was painful for you, wasn't it? That last part was kinda painful, to be honest. But I've read that it hurts for most girls during their first time, so I don't think it was your fault. Oh, God. Oh my God, they're so awkward, but so real together. Like, this is awkward dialogue, but it's realistic awkward. This is how a real fucking conversation would be between essentially a shut-in and Hisao, who's, I guess, your garden variety dude who overthinks things. Well, I guess Hanako also overthinks things. She's got trauma because of that. She has trauma that makes her overthink. I mean, they both have trauma. They're awkward teenagers. What can I say? They're awkward teens. And there was one thing I enjoyed about the whole thing. Oh, what was that? People often recoil when they see even part of my face. You saw much more of me that night. But you still wanted me. Your scars really don't do much to diminish your beauty, Hanako. He says it with such sincerity that I can't help but smile. Oh my God. Master of romance, Hisao Nakai. Sometimes he's got it, other times he doesn't. Right now, he's got it. I'm still not quite used to the idea of being attractive to someone, but it always feels good when Hisao is flattering me. It makes me want to ease his anxiety in return. Hisao, what happened that night? It wasn't the right time. But for me, it was at least with the right person. I'm happy it was with you. Aww. As awkward as it was with someone I really, really liked. That's what's important to me. So, please, don't feel bad about this anymore. I hear him shift and suddenly feel a soft kiss on my nose. I giggle. It has to be tough to kiss someone when you can't see your hand in front of your face. Oh my God, he's actually asking the question. Hanako, have you ever thought about, what it'd be like if we went a step further? I feel my cheeks burning when he asks me this question. It seems he's trying to find out if I have a sex drive without actually having to ask me directly. I'm not really
really sure. Not too long ago, I was still considering intimacy something that other people had, but I would never have. So I told myself it was something I neither needed nor wanted. But when you showed me the scar on your chest and allowed me to touch it, I found out I enjoyed the physical contact. It really surprised me when I discovered that aspect of myself.
Was it a pleasant discovery?
I don't really know. I'm still in the process of getting used to the idea.
Oh, it's still real conversation. A real conversation you would have with the partner. Actual real conversation. Guys, communication is key. Communication. Talk. If you're not sure, ask. Honestly. It is super important in any kind of relationship. Super important.
I do occasionally wonder what it would be like if we became more intimate. But when I think about it for too long, I still get a bit scared. How about you, Sal? Aren't you scared you'd get heart trouble if you got too carried away?
I'm kind of trying to lower the chances of that happening. At this point, I think I should be able to handle something not too intense.
Are you proposing something?
Oh my god. Okay. Let me get the, let me get the hide button ready to go. Until now, I simply assumed you weren't up to it anyway, but then I realized I should at least make the effort to ask if you'd like to. Oh, like to...
Like to what?
Like to make out. Oh my god. Okay. Simple kissing here and there. Okay. You know what? Hand holding, kissing, hugging, next step. Yeah, making out. Yeah, that makes sense.
I smile. I realize I still come across as fragile and shy, despite my newfound resolve to try and become more confident. I appreciate the fact that Sao is at least making the effort to find out what I really feel and want, instead of making assumptions about me, even if they're probably largely correct. Why is so sudden?
Circumstances, I guess. We have a big room and a big bed all to ourselves right now. The only person within a mile is Lily, who's a pretty heavy sleeper and isn't gonna barge in on us. We don't get this kind of convenience and privacy at Yamaku. Kinda feels like a shame to waste the opportunity. But on the other hand, I'd hate to do something if you're not ready for... again. Or something you're not ready for again, okay. Yeah, right, I fucked that up. That's fine.
I take some time to consider Hisao's words. I enjoy kissing and hugging him. It turned out that I'm not quite as frightened of physical contact as I'd always thought I'd be. I'm admittedly a bit curious. Hisao's right that right now would not be a bad opportunity. The fact that it's too dark for him to actually see me might make me feel more at ease too. But if I want to relax, to be sure about one thing.
Okay.
We could give it a try, but I'm not too sure what I am or am not ready for. I hear Hisao shifting a bit next to me. Then I feel him touching my arm, then bringing my hand to his face.
Anytime you feel like it's too much, just pinch my cheek really sharply, and I'll stop right away. Got that?
Yes.
Also, it's probably best if you take the active role.
Me taking? Judging from Hisao's tone, he likes that idea, but I'm not so thrilled myself.
I'm doing so much talking. I have to do a lot of talking for this, guys.
Not exactly the most proactive person in the world, and having this rely on me might make for a more passive for a very passive experience.
I fucked that up again. Look at that, guys. I can't read. Still.
Still, since I was the one who voiced reluctance, it makes sense to do it this way. I lean over to the nightstand, pick up and put in my hair clip, and turn my head to Hisao's general direction.
Okay, then. If this gets a little awkward for me to even read, I'm going to skip through it. Because, sorry guys. I am not actually one for voice acting smut. Even if it's heartfelt, I feel awkward voice acting smut. Okay, let me just get this at the ready. I want to make sure it actually makes this all disappear. Yep, it does. Alright, perfect. Just what I need to see. Just in case I need to make it go away. Could you lie on top of me? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's pretty cute.
I take a deep breath, feel my way over to him, carefully straddle him, lie down, and adjust my position until I'm fairly certain my face is about on the same level as his.
Now just take your time and try to relax.
I rest my head on his shoulder, letting his left cheek brush against my own, and wait for my heart to stop racing. I'm not sure how long we spend lying like this. 2 minutes? 5?
Hey, Golden, how's it going, buddy?
Just as I start wondering if this hadn't been a bad idea all along, I feel a sensation on the back of my head. Hisao? He's running his hand through my hair. So much for my active role.
God damn, I'm losing it there.
It feels nice, though. I gently raise my head a bit, so his hand ends up caressing the back of my head. He whispers to me,
Do you like that?
Yes. Having received my consent, Hisao brings up his other hand and starts using both to stroke the back and sides of my head.
That feels too awkward for me. Personally, I'm for the back of the head, and then like their waist if they're lying on top of me like that. I kind of prefer that. It feels a lot more relaxed and natural. That's me though.
As the feelings from his touch watch over me, my body starts to relax. This is nice. It feels like that hug I shared with Lily when she came back. But better. So much better. Am I supposed to return the favor? Would he like it?
Oh my god.
Maybe I should try it out. I move my body a bit to get more comfortable and raise my head a bit more, then place my hand on the side of his face. As Hisao resumes stroking my hair, I nervously start running my fingers through his, hoping he'll start feeling the same thing I am.
That feels good, Hanako.
His encouragement makes me feel a little bit more confident, and I gently lower my head, letting my forehead rest against his. As I lightly start stroking his neck with my fingertips, his breathing speeds up ever so slightly, and I let out an awkward giggle as I feel his breath brush across the left side of my face. Apparently, Hisao was eager to return the favor, as his right hand slides down to the nape of my neck and starts caressing it.
Oh my god.
This is more comfortable than I thought it'd be. It also feels more intimate than that time we actually had sex. After what feels like an hour of petting and caressing, I turn my head to the side. So far, Hisao hasn't taken much initiative, content to let me determine the pace. A role I'm slowly growing into.
Oh my god, it's literally just them slowly building up to a makeout session. It's cute, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually cute. Oh, shite. That was a yawn. I had a shave.
Deciding to take another step closer, I lean in and kiss him on his left cheek. For a second, there's no reaction, before he unexpectedly turns his head, causing his lips to touch mine and making me pull back with a surprised gasp. As I get ready to return the kiss, a playful idea gets into my head. I carefully approach his mouth with mine until I can feel his breath tickling my lips, stopping what I think is barely an inch away from his face. I quietly count to 3 in my head and then place an unexpected kiss on his right cheek.
Oh my god.
As he turns his head again, I swiftly move my head back just a bit so my lips remain just out of his reach. I blow gently on his lips to tease him, then move my head and plant a kiss on his left cheekbone, before retreating again as his lips attempt to catch mine.
Oh my god.
This is fun. I move my head again to go for his other cheek, but as I bring my lips down again, I'm surprised to find his own meeting me. Blah, blah. As I quickly move back again, I hear a soft chuckle. Determined not to let him catch up to me in this little game of tag, I hold my breath to prevent him from tracking me, then swiftly place a kiss on his right cheek again.
Oh my god.
And then on his left cheek, near his right eyebrow. Now he starts holding his breath too to avoid giving himself away, but I won't have any of that. Oh my god. Bracing myself, I gently wiggle my body a bit, causing him to exhale sharply as it rubs against his. Another kiss on his right cheek. One on his left ear.
I give up already. Oh, who knew she could be like this, guys? Who knew Hanako could be teasing like this?
I giggle at his mock desperate claim of surrender. I wouldn't have minded keeping this up a little bit longer, but it looks like Hisao wants to move on. Please keep still, Hisao. I limit myself to a few quick pecks on his mouth first, but then when I feel his arms wrap around me, I move in for a longer kiss, this time welcoming the touch of his lips. I feel him open his mouth just slightly as we press our lips together.
Oh my god, if you start describing tongue, I'm done. Honestly, okay, they're not going into tongue.
When I carefully pull away after kissing his lower lip for several moments, I feel no anxiety or fear, just a little nervousness and more than a little anticipation. I move in again, this time going for his upper lip. This time, he starts returning my kisses.
Oh my god. Ugh. It's so cute I could throw up. It's so cute I could just throw up. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm sorry for yawning and ruining the experience.
We're really getting into this.
Ow!
Sorry. We mumble a quick apology to each other after we accidentally clash teeth during a slightly too enthusiastic kiss.
Yeah, that's happened before.
I wonder if I should...
Okay. No, I'm done. I'm done reading it. No more. I'm not reading a makeout session. Not anymore. The minute they add the tongue in, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. That is too awkward for me. Uh-huh. So they're gonna start French kissing. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not describing a makeout session, guys. I am sorry. I can't. It's just... I was okay at first, but it's going on a little too long, and they're describing a little too much. Uh-huh. Okay, I gotta get this ready, because I don't know if they have a CG for that. Okay, are they actually gonna go to have sex? Uh-huh. 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 Hmm. Okay, alright. She's ending it there. That's fine. He did say to just... She was the one that's, taking the initiative, leading, taking more active role. He asked, and now she's denying. Okay, I'll continue voice acting from here.
I'm sorry, Hisao. Can't do it yet. He sighs. That was to be expected.
I understand, Hanako. We've already gotten really far.
That's the problem. We've gotten this far, and now I'm blueballing you. That has to be frustrating. Please don't pretend it's not. Please don't pretend to be understanding.
I appreciate you being honest about this. It's okay. Oh my god, I'm not reading this, sorry. I'm not reading that. He's got a bulge. You get it. Yeah, he got turned on, and she's definitely turned on. Oh my god. No, no, no. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, yep, alright. Yep. I swear to fucking God. Uh-huh. I'm gonna hide this from you guys for a second, just in case. Just in case. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. It's lit. Oh my god. TLDR, they're both naked. There's nothing on screen. It's a black screen, but it's now describing her basically giving him a handy. Uh-huh. 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 Yep, moving along. Moving along. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm just... Yep. Uh-huh. Thanks for the bits, Jake. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah, alright, yeah, oh my god. Oh, enjoy your lurk, Jake. Enjoy, buddy. Yeah, I'm... Okay, yep. They're getting a little more touchy-feely. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 This is just pure smut at this point, guys. I am skipping through pure smut. Uh-huh. Alright. Yep, that happened. Alright, the scene's over. Hopefully this entire scene completely will be done and over with, because I want to get the hell out of here. Oh my god. I skipped through so much of that.
Sao? Are you... alright?
I'm fine. I think.
Thank goodness. He shifts and I suddenly feel the covers being pulled back. Sao, aren't you going to... Just then, I feel something soft rubbing against my stomach. What's that?
Handkerchief. I don't want that stuff to dry up on your oh my god! Ah!
I giggle. That sounded so sweet. You're a real gentleman, Sao.
I try. Master of romance, everybody.
He pulls the sheets back up, and I snuggle against him. Laying my head on his chest, I can hear his heartbeat. Still swift, but steady. I sigh contentedly as he puts his arm around me and strokes my head once more.
What were you about to ask before?
I was afraid you wanted to sleep in your own bed after this.
Don't be silly. Hanako, can you do something for me?
What is it?
Please still be here when I wake up the next morning. Aww.
I give him a quick kiss. I promise.
Hanako, did you...
I enjoyed this, Sao. Thanks for being so patient with me.
Me too, Hanako. And I don't mind the slow pace. Gotta watch the old ticker after all.
I think he was just being polite there.
Oh my god almighty. Yeah.
How long did this whole thing take? And how many guys really want to do the long-winded approach of one baby step at a time until their girlfriend would finally manage to keep her nerves in check?
A good boyfriend, that's who. A good guy.
I don't have any personal experience, but I'm pretty sure most guys would get bored with the slow pace and get the desire to quickly skip to the end. It makes me appreciate Hisao all the more. Tomorrow morning will probably be very awkward. I promise myself to wake him up with a smile. Hisao's breathing has already changed to the slow and steady rhythm of slumber. Right before I join him, one final thought goes through my mind. Just before he nudged me over the edge, for only a single second, I wanted to go further. Wanted him to go further. I smile. With luck, it won't be too long before I'm ready to take another step with him.
Okay. We went through an hour. That was an hour of basically smut. Okay. Let's make it the save. But Jesus. Okay. I don't know who we are. Actually, I think we're still with Hanako. The border is purple, and they kind of use that as Hanako's color for this. So I'm gonna go with Hanako for now until I get any more context clues.
10 more minutes until lunch break. We've already completed the assignment we were given, so now I've taken out one of my library books, and I'm trying to finish a chapter before the school bell rings. Truth be told, I'm still a little tense, so it's not going as quickly as I had been hoping for. The reason for the tension, I feel, is the fact I just completed my first group assignment in class. The occasional assignments I do with Hisao notwithstanding. Rather, my first group assignment that didn't end in disaster. Like some time ago in science class, when I was struck with a panic attack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucked.
And Hisao wasn't even part of the group I worked with today. Or things probably would have been less awkward.
Oh. Okay.
Today in Japanese class, we were instructed to work in groups of 3 people maximum, and write a short piece on parliamentary elections.
Oh my god, topical considering what's going on in Canada right now. We have elections happening. So, topical.
Hisao immediately got up to join me, only to be pushed back into his seat by Misha and be forced into a heated discussion about having dodged a student council assignment the other day. I don't think it was meant to be a public argument, but Misha is very easy to eavesdrop on. I was familiar enough with Shizune and Misha, as well as Hisao's playfully tense relationship with them, to figure out that they're going to use that group assignment as an excuse to drag a promise out of him to make up for it somehow. All of this meaning the chances of Hisao doing group work with me just dropped to exactly 0. A suspicion confirmed by an apologetic shrug on his part. Just as I got ready to start the assignment on my own, I noticed Hisao was making a gesture with his head towards a point to my right. I followed his gaze and noticed my 2 neighbors on the right side were the only students not part of a group of 3 yet. My eyes grew wide as I realized his intention. Was he telling me to join some other group just like that?
Yes. That's exactly what he was doing. He's trying to push her out of her comfort zone a little. I can respect it. I can respect it.
I quickly shook my head and gave him a begging look, but he just made a gesture towards Shizune as if to say, "Matters are out of my hands." Later on, I started wondering whether he was really unable to ditch the student council duo, or whether this was a subtle attempt on his part to help me widen the circle of people I could have social interaction with. I took another look at my neighbors, only to look away when they caught my gaze.
Hey, yo, what the? We got a Hisao render. Okay. By the way, guys, all I need to do to get a Hisao cosplay is green dress pants, white shirt, black tie. I have the white shirt aplenty. I'm pretty damn sure I got a plain black tie. I would just need to get green dress pants. I would just need green dress pants. I thought Wednesdays were days off. No, not this time. Just because I have something else going on in the week. And I'm trying to do 5 days. Also, how you doing, Nick? You missed me awkwardly skipping through smut. I'm just gonna answer something really quick. One, damn it. Two, pretty good. Okay. It started sort of kind of cute with them like playfully kissing and making out, but then it got to a little bit more to French kissing, then to them stopping because they didn't want to go too far, and then it turned into a hand job. And no, it became mutual masturbation after that, more or less. They were getting each other off. There no CGs are up showing any of that, but I covered it anyway because I was just skipping through it all. It was just awkwardly describing how they're going about it. I'm like, nope, I ain't reading that. Nope. Just a big old NO. I have my limits. They've gradually been reduced over time, but reading smut is... yeah, that's still a limit. I'm not reading that stuff on stream. No, thank you.
I looked back at Isao again, and this time he was smiling at me. I knew that expression. I came to know it as his "everything will be alright" smile. It didn't do a lot to inspire confidence in me this time, though. In all my time in this class, I could count the words I exchanged with my neighbors on one hand, and I had no clue why they would even want to work with me after I spent the better part of 2 years trying to avoid even basic interaction with them. As usual, when faced with an unexpected social situation, my mind completely froze up, and I couldn't come up with even a single way to formulate that simple request that most people could make without even having to think about it.
Don't worry, guess what? That is me. Still. Even all these years later, I'm still a little awkward asking to work in groups. Especially if I don't know people. It's still a little awkward. I've said it before a few times on stream, but your boy has stage fright. I used to be really self-conscious of getting up in front of people and saying things. For anything. So, like one time I had to make a speech that I wrote myself. It's just because that's what we were doing at the time, and I had to do it another day because I just broke down. I couldn't do it. I got so goddamn nervous. That's kinda, sorta, given away now, thanks to a few things in life. And, well, I'm on the internet making complete and utter fool of myself, so clearly I'm doing something, right?
The fact that my neighbor is a very outgoing person herself didn't exactly ease my mind. Excuse me.
Oh, hey guys, fun fact. The one with the heterochromia, the one that's got brown hair, heterochromia, that's an avatar for one of the devs. I think it was Aura? If I look up Aura Katawa, what do I get? I think. I could be wrong. Hold on. Let's see. Trying to find it. Oh wait, I actually had that one. Hold on. I just want to make sure. Ah, yep. Okay, yes, it is Aura. That's right. That's right. Yep. The one with heterochromia is Aura's avatar. They used it in the forums, and they're using it for a very long time and everywhere else. That's right. More or less, it's a self-insert kind of, sort of, but not really, because I'm pretty sure they identify as a man. This is just a fun little thing. It's just like, yeah, that's one of the writers, guys. That's one of the devs right there. That's one of the devs.
That got their attention. The girls looked at me, and when I didn't reply, they looked at Hisao, who gave them a quick nod. My neighbor gave me a cheerful grin.
Oh, good God. I have to come up with more voices now. Shit. Apparently I wasn't ready for this. But I mean, when am I ever ready for this?
Looking for a group to work with, Ikazawa? I gave them a timid nod. No probs. Feel free to tag along. Three no more than two, right? As I moved my desk over to theirs, my neighbor Naomi's wasted no time in making conversation. Bet you were disappointed you couldn't work with Nakai this time, weren't you? You two usually do assignments together these days. I guess the powers that be decided otherwise, didn't they? Am I really supposed to answer all that? You're usually not big on group work, aren't you? Didn't something happen that time before in science class? Don't worry, stuff like that happens to the best of us. But you know that, don't you? You're usually stuck with the front row seat when I short out.
Huh?
The last statement was accompanied by a cheerful wink. Too many questions.
Wait a minute. What is her thing? Hold on. Because even though a lot of them they're literally just to be there as for a single scene. And these are custom sprites, by the way, which look really goddamn good. They did, like, give pretty much all of them something. They did give them all something. Ah, here it is. Okay, I looked it up. Epilepsy. She has epilepsy. Okay. So she's got epilepsy. Damn it, I should keep that just opened. Honestly, I should just keep it open. And the other one has rheumatoid arthritis and, well, heterochromia. And because of that heterochromia, she's got lower vision in one eye. So that's why the glasses. Okay, I'm just going to keep that open. I'm going to keep the Katawa Wiki open right now, because I'm going to kind of need it probably if I want to, see who's who and got what they have going on with them. Just so I've got it fresh in my mind.
While I was still reeling from Naomi's verbal machine gun fire, her neighbor Natsume cut in with a question of her own. Japanese is one of your stronger subjects, is it not? I respond with another meek nod. It's true, Japanese is probably my best subject. It was one of the benefits of being a bookworm. The fact that I was fairly confident I'd be able to pull my weight on this assignment was one of the things that made the whole thing slightly easier.
Good lord.
Great! Then we'll finish this all the sooner. Naomi seemed eager to begin, and I quickly nodded in order to avoid more conversations. We divided the workload into 3 parts and got to work. While writing my section of the piece, I occasionally observed my new groupmates. Natsumi and Naomi reminded me a bit of less extreme versions of Shizune and Misha.
Oh my god. Less extreme versions. This is the diet Shizune and Misha.
Natsumi wears glasses and has a stern appearance, but isn't as bossy or forceful as Shizune. The most striking part of Naomi's appearance is her hair, which, while not dyed like Misha's, is bleached to a distinct light blonde color. Her personality is a bit like Misha's as well, upbeat, loud, and a bit hyper. Although Naomi's volume control button doesn't seem to be permanently stuck on the max setting.
Great, I'm getting no wah-ha-ha's out of here. Out of her, thank God. I hope I don't have any wah-ha-ha's throughout this mod, but I'll just do what I did since the very beginning. Just do insert wah-ha-ha here.
Also, like Shizune and Misha, the two seem together constantly. We finished the assignment with a good amount of time to spare, and my groupmates had started on a piece of homework I already finished the other day.
Ooh, excuse me.
If I'd been working with Hisao, we'd probably have spent the remaining time talking with one another. But I don't think I'd be able to have small talk with my new groupmates. Keeping semi-normal interaction going with them had already drained most of my energy, and the tension I felt during our working session isn't fading nearly as quickly as I hoped. Well, crap! I look at Naomi from behind my book, startled by her sudden exclamation, and see her wrestling with a pair of compasses. She's been playfully fiddling with them over the course of the entire assignment, and now she seems to have jammed them somehow.
Oh my god. I do like how we're getting more characters. I do like how we're expanding more on the class itself. Like, that's a nice change. I like how they have custom sprites. That's just cool. I like how they have their own sprites. Oh, Natsumi. Why am I saying Natsume? It's Natsumi. Natsumi.
Natsumi! They were never meant to be used to grind little pieces of your eraser into powder. I know. Now, can I just... I left mine in my dorm room. I already finished that question this morning before heading to classes. She lets out a disappointed sigh. After a few more seconds of trying to get her compasses unstuck, Naomi suddenly turns to me, causing me to instinctively raise my book as if to shield myself.
Oh my god.
Hey, Ikazawa, do you have a pair of compasses I could use? Just for a sec. I'll be really, really careful with them. Okay? Just to complete this little graph, you'll have them back in a blink of an eye. Pretty please, with sugar on top.
Just freehand it. Freehand the graph.
I don't have any of those. You don't? Then how'd you take care of that problem where we had to drop that pie chart as part of the answer? I typed it up. Huh? I sigh inwardly. I don't think I'd be able to finish a verbal explanation without it taking another hour. So I reach into my bag and just show her the answer sheet I put together the day before. It's all neatly typed out using one of the school's computers, and I used the word processor's graph feature to generate the pie chart. Oh, hey, that first answer is totally different from what I had. I wonder if I missed something or if you're simply overthinking the... never mind. It's pretty neat you put together the answers like that. Do you often use computers to type up your homework?
Probably.
Why is she so interested? Sometimes, but not very often. I mostly use the school computers to put together essays or other homework that requires a lot of writing. The scar tissue on my right wrist sometimes hampers my movement a bit, so I'm not a very quick writer. Typing up my homework can be a big time saver at times. The only downer is the fact the computer lab has no quiet little corners, meaning I only use the place when it's nearly deserted, which isn't very often.
Okay. Yeah, alright. You know what? Yes. I get it. God damn it. This is just this still expands on Hanako. It expands on her, keeps her in character, but just expands more on how she goes about, doing her school life. So it's like, okay, maybe the computer lab is also where she goes when she decides to leave class all the time. Alright, cool. Everyone else is in class. That probably means a higher chance of it being pretty much empty. That lets her have the time to type up all of her assignments. Okay. Well, now she's sharing this little tidbit of typing up her homework with her group mates, so maybe they will as well. Maybe when she goes to type her homework up, one day, she'll see them there as well. And maybe at first she'll be a little shy, but then it'll just become this is just a group thing we do now. We all go to the computer lab and type up our homework together. I'm seeing, the potential future of just Hanako becoming more confident and comfortable with more people. I don't know, it makes me giddy. It makes me happy.
Naomi seems satisfied with my answer, and I return to my book. As I turn another page, I'm starting to notice something is different. Naomi and Natsumi are no longer working on their homework, but are speaking to each other in whispers too quiet for me to make out, and they occasionally look in my direction. I wonder if it's about me. I get very uncomfortable. Are they gossiping about me?
Who would gossip about someone literally 2 feet in front of them? That is just, bitch move behavior.
Both are members of the newspaper club, which is responsible for writing and printing the school newspaper. And Naomi in particular loves to keep on top of the local rumors floating around.
Oh my god. Lily route. Lily's route. When Lily is leaving, Hanako goes out of her way to meet other people. She joins the newspaper club. These are the two friends she meets there and actually gets comfortable with, and actually is gonna go on vacation with them. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, they are folding in more of Lily's route into this as well. God damn it, guest poster. Holy shit, you managed to make this natural. Thank you. You naturally folded in elements of another route into this one. Very nice connection. Yeah, honestly. I knew right from the beginning they were going to have elements of Lily's route in because, I mean, she comes back from her trip to Scotland. And we know what happens after that first trip from Scotland. She's asked by her parents to move to Scotland to live with them. That it was going to have to come up. 100%. It was going to have to come up at some point. I didn't think they'd go this far and add in the newspaper club. Guest poster, you mad lad. You managed to naturally fold two routes together like this. Good on you. Good on you.
Is acute indiscretion an officially recognized condition? If so, she'd probably be diagnosed with it. As if to confirm my suspicions, Naomi suddenly addresses me with a conspiring smile. Hey, Nakai's still your boyfriend, isn't he? I mean, you guys haven't broken up yet or anything, right? I visibly reel back from the impact of this blunt question and barely manage to shake my head. We're still dating. You know, as of last week, you're officially dating a geek. We're not put off by nerdy traits you're not off put by nerdy traits in your guys, are you? Your guys? She's talking as if I've been dating boys ever since I enrolled here. I know what this is about, though. A new club was formed last week, and our homeroom teacher Muto is in charge of it.
Oh my god, the science club. That is just Hisao and Muto, where they just talk science. Usually shit from magazines. Oh my god. Did that happen on Hanuko's route? Was the science club Hanuko's route? Hold on, I'm gonna check that. Okay, Muto. No! That was Emmy's route. Emmy's route they made the science club. Okay. Alright. No, okay. Alright, okay. Interesting. That's a neat little kind of thing to kind of fold in. Yeah, I mean, presumably he would still be having his little tiny chats with Muto. And it would probably come up at some point. Hisao excels in science. He's actually pretty damn good at science. And I don't think that's ever changed in any of the routes.
It's a science club, of course. The only kind of club he'd have interest in setting up. And I'm currently dating its sole member. It's a bit weird, but Hisao said the club's main activity, reading and discussing scientific literature, has been pretty fun so far.
Okay. God damn it. I like this. I like taking little bits from the other routes like that. We're gonna get primarily stuff from Lily's route being folded in, obviously, but just that little tiny bit of, like, from Emmy's route. That's nice. I like that little thing. Just maybe take little things offhand here and there, from the other ones. It just expands this place even more. It just makes it feel even more lived in. It just makes this world feel even more lived in. I love it. I love it.
It's kind of sad there's still only one member, though. I suppose you're not joining to flesh out membership? I did actually offer to join, but Hisao shot that suggestion down almost immediately. Science isn't really your thing, Hanako, he told me. It just feels like class to you. If you want to join a club, you'd be better off finding something that actually captures your interest. I couldn't really argue with that. Unlike Hisao, who seems to have a knack for deciphering Muto's convoluted lectures, I'm not exactly a star pupil in science class, and it's hardly my favorite subject. No, I'm not. But you won't be able to hang out with your boyfriend after school hours, because he's in a club and you're not, right? What is she trying to get at? Not to me, who had remained silent during the whole interrogation, put her hand on Naomi's arm to indicate she wanted to say something.
How are your tits, good sir? Voluptuous as usual. Enjoy your lurk, Mari. I hope your day is going well. Ooh. Yawns! Where you're not gonna yawn is over at Mari's stream. She will manage to keep that attention, keep you awake, and keep you going for hours and hours and hours on end. She radiates so much energy, you just happen to take in some of it yourself. So if you are ever feeling maybe just that little bit sluggish, a little bit tired, checking her out is that instant perk up that, it blows coffee out of the water. 10 cups of coffee does not match the energy Mari gives you just from her absolute attitude, at all. At all. Her attitude has more energy in it than 10 cups of coffee mixed with Red Bull. So go and check her out if you need that little pick-me-up. Here I am holding my tea that is empty, by the way. Nice habit. Nice habit of mine.
What Naomi is trying to ask you is if you'd be willing to help out with the newspaper club with an emergency situation for a few days. Hey, I was still getting to that point. Help out? Is this a veiled recruiting attempt? And why me? There's probably dozens of other students more suitable. Yeah, you probably know we're both members there. Most of the members write or collect stories for the school newspaper, but we also have someone to put them together on a computer before we send the whole thing to the copy shop. At least we usually do. Unfortunately, the girl who usually does the job is out of commission for a little while. She injured herself a few days ago and certainly won't be able to help before the deadline. Yeah, she broke her hand after tripping outside her dorm room. She has this thing called
Osteoporosis?
Anyway, she breaks easily. And now we need someone who can do the data entry and some minor editing jobs in her place for a few days.
I will keep you awake with my vaginal contractions. Oh my God. You're welcome, Mari. Oh, thanks for donkey punching me.
But why me? There aren't that many students who aren't already part of another club or don't have other tasks. like class representative duties and to tend to, and who are also capable of computers. When we saw the way you made a digital print of your homework, we thought you might be able to help us out. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a complex task. And there's not a lot of distractions there either. The place the club uses has a small side room where we keep the computers and archives. I really don't know about this. The idea of getting involved in a club with nothing but people I'm unfamiliar with sounds terrifying. You don't have to decide right now, you know. But it'd be good if we got a yay or nay before the end of tomorrow.
Okay, they're not being pushy. That's nice at least. They're not being pushy about it.
Well, While I'm still fumbling with my words, the school bell sounds, and most people immediately start getting up. Hisao collects his things, quickly gets away from Shizune and Misha, and approaches my desk.
Hey, Hanako. Sorry about not being able to team up. Did you complete the assignment?
Yes, we managed to finish ahead of time.
Great. Let's head to the tea room then.
Saved by the cavalry. Sure, I'll be with you in a second. As Hisao starts heading toward the exit, Naomi suddenly addresses me again. Hey, Ikazawa, just to reassure you, this isn't a recruiting attempt, though we always welcome new members, of course. But if you'd be willing to help out the newspaper club, we'd be really thankful. Think about it, okay? Without waiting for a reply, Naomi and Natsumi gather their belongings and walk off past Hisao, who has turned around and is looking at me with a curious expression on his face. Wait, did he overhear?
That sounded pretty interesting, Hanako.
I can only sit there with my mouth agape as I realize that my cavalry has just been turned into Naomi's cavalry instead.
Oh, Lily's theme. Someone's chapter 7. God damn. Yeah. The Lily's theme, by the way, is Concord. That's the name of her theme. Concord. Waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. There they are. Alright.
Were you really asked to join a club? As expected, the main talk of our lunch break was Naomi's proposal. Lily was understandably surprised to hear of this sudden development. It's not really about joining. They have a deadline for the end of the week and need some help.
Have you already decided what to do? I think my Lily's different from yesterday.
I haven't. On one hand, I must admit I am a bit curious. On the other hand, Naomi and Natsumi, with whom I've never even really interacted before, are the most familiar people in there, and I can't really say their presence is a calming factor for me. While I don't think Naomi is the kind of person to hold a grudge, the fact remains that if I mess up or disappoint somehow, classes will become much more uncomfortable. Naomi and Natsumi will still be my neighbors until the end of the school year. No, I haven't.
Someone told me not too long ago that it's important to seize opportunities if they're handed to you on a platter like this.
Hisao has decided to jump into the fray too. I roll my eyes at his remark. Those are the exact same words I used last week to convince him to give Muto's science club idea a chance.
Oh my god.
At first he was reluctant, afraid he'd have less time to spend with me. The last thing I wanted to do was hold him back, so I did my best to convince him to give the whole thing a try. I knew the subject interested him, and I hoped this would also encourage him to make more definite plans for his future. He consistently scores highest marks in class in Muto's subject, and I genuinely believe that he'd do very well if he went for a career in that direction.
Ugh, so long.
I know I said that last week. I'm not ruling the opportunity out right away.
Oh god, I might have to end soon because I'm getting a little with the voices.
You could always choose to see it as a sign that fate is extending a helping hand. By breaking somebody else's? That's kind of a cruel way to motivate someone. Fate must know how easily I can be guilt-tripped. I merely nod. I don't believe the work itself will give me much trouble. What scares me is the idea of being thrown into a group of unfamiliar people who might stare at my scars, who might be put off by my stammering, which always gets worse whenever I'm feeling nervous, my shyness, and my inability to make conversation. A few weeks ago, I was still the shy kid who kissed her first boyfriend in public to people. But tomorrow, I might be the shy kid who panics at the most mundane things once again.
Anyway, if you're considering it, it might be best to go this afternoon. I could pick you up afterwards when I'm done with my club meeting. If you're nervous and wait until tomorrow, you might lose sleep over it.
That's a pretty good point. Knowing myself, I'd probably mull it over all night long, and I'd only become more prone to messing up. Okay. I'll give it a try after classes today. Lily claps her hands excitedly upon hearing my words.
Oh my god, Lily. I love you so much. You're amazing. I love Lily, guys. She's Y'all know me and Lily. She's my number one.
Wonderful. I hope you two will be joining me for some tea tonight. I'd really like to hear how things played out. I smile. It's been a while since we last sat together in Lily's room to talk and relax. Having something to look forward to will make things easier. That would be nice.
We'll be there, Lily. Oh, okay. First mistake. They're using a Mac. Though apparently, at least early-ish, mid-2000s and stuff, Macs were kind of better for doing, like, video editing. At least that's what our tech teacher, like, kind of told us. I don't know. It might have been to justify the fact that they had like 8 Macs inside the one classroom. I don't know. I wonder if they replaced all the Macs. Someone also downloaded Minecraft on every single one of those Macs, which is hilarious. So sometimes people just go in there and play Minecraft. I should play Minecraft again. I've never played Minecraft on stream, but I have played Minecraft before in the past. I kind of want to play it again. And maybe actually try to finish the game and not just build shit, which was usually just a dirt house. And then I proceed to strip mine a nearby mountain. That's like all I've ever done in Minecraft. Build a dirt house and strip mine a mountain.
So while the classroom is the place we use as an editorial office, most of the editing takes place here. We have 2 computers here, though only one is regularly used. The other is more like a digital archive. You can take a look at it later for examples of how we've been doing things. And here's the cabinet where we store most of our equipment. It isn't very large, as you can see. Oh, hey, you're not claustrophobic, are you? No, I'm not. Naomi was visibly surprised when I showed up at their club's classroom after school, but wasted no time giving me a brief tour. Good thing only she and Natsumi were around when I arrived. I think June, the girl who's usually doing this, has some templates saved which she uses for the various pages of each issue. But that's not really the number one priority we have at this point. The most important thing to do right now is get all the stuff we have digital. By the way, do you have any questions so far? So I just type up all the articles you wrote? Eager to get started, huh? Neat. More like eager to end this one-sided conversation. Naomi opens the nearby cabinet and fishes out several small digital recording devices and a flash drive. Putting them in a small pile of handwritten notes on a nearby desk, she makes a sweeping gesture over it. Here's what we have so far. June's already made a folder for the upcoming issue and a shortcut on the desktop. This memory stick is from Kaoru. He likes to type up all his articles himself, so all you have to do is copy them into the right folder and then print me a copy to look it over. She takes out one of the recorders and picks up a small USB cable from the desk. Several of our members use these to compose their contributions. Hideki's completely blind and not too tech-savvy, so he just dictates his articles. Natsumi uses these too, whenever her joints are hurting. Like the last few days. Anyway, just plug one of these in with this cable here, and the application for playing the content should start automatically. It'll be easier than rewinding and replaying manually. Always check the sections at the very end first. They often contain comments on whether to omit or alter certain portions. And the written notes here just contain articles and interviews by the rest. I'll start putting these in then. Cool. I do this myself, but I can't sit in front of monitors for very long for a while. Nurse's latest orders, I can be a bit sensitive to them. They sometimes cause, short-circuiting.
Yep, okay, yeah, epilepsy. Duh. Makes sense.
I know, all right. Naomi's reason for attending Yamaku is a pretty heavy case of epilepsy, and over the years, she's had several harsh episodes right next to me in class. The first time she fell out of her chair and started thrashing around on the floor got me so riled up, I couldn't sleep for days.
Holy crap. Whew.
I'm still not completely used to it. Anyway, be sure to let the computer do the speller and Grammy check on everything to save herself some trouble later. If you have any questions, Natsumi and I will be in the other room. All right.
There you go. She's gonna start typing up articles. Oh, okay. I think that might be it for me for today, guys. Still on chapter 7, but yeah, I think that's a bit much. It's... Yeah, I can only kind of do so much with the amount of voice acting Hanako here. Eventually, I'm just going to give up and just start doing the narration normally for her, but I want to try to do it with that voice as long as I can. Probably, just to try to make it get a little bit better. Maybe I can even find a better way of doing her voice instead of my weird inhale and then just exhale the voice I do it as. I don't know. I'm figuring shit out. You know how it is. Grumble. Alrighty. But yeah, I'm just gonna call it there. Gonna call it there for today. We're all saved up. We're nearing the halfway point. I'm pretty sure this will take probably over 2 weeks. I might actually have to split it up and do it like later on as well. Still, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. I'm liking the custom backgrounds. The very few CGs we got have been very nice. The custom sprites have been fantastic. They fit in very well. Okay. I'm gonna snooze the ad. I'm gonna check something very fast just so I can confirm a time for you guys about something. Okay. Oh, that's actually perfect. That actually works out perfectly. Yeah, that actually works out like bloody perfectly. Okay, so schedule for rest of the week. I am not streaming myself tomorrow. I'm not actually streaming on my end tomorrow, but I will be joining someone tomorrow on their stream for a little while. Let me just get their everything real fast. And take that. This works. I'm pretty sure it should. Yeah. At 6 o'clock, my usual start time, I will be joining Corkybug on her stream and playing a little bit of DBD for like about an hour or so. It's part of a quite special little birthday stream she's got going on. So yeah, I won't be streaming my end at all, but I will be on her stream as a voice and playing the game with her. So yeah, make sure you guys go and check out Corky for that as well, and, you know, be the awesome community I know you guys are. That is tomorrow. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock EST. 5 p.m. CST for her, because that's her time zone. Thankfully, we're just an hour apart, so that made it really simple. I'm glad it worked out to when I usually stream. I'm so glad it worked out to when I usually stream. Yeah, so the next time you guys will actually see me on stream is going to be Saturday, where I will just continue with Sisterhood. Just continue right where we left off and keep going. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. It's a pleasant surprise, and this is only going to be Act 1, because that's all that's out. This is just Act 1. But I'm actually rather happy. I'm rather happy with I'm really liking Sisterhood so far. I'm really, really liking it. Oh, anyway. I'm not going to raid out tonight. I'm just going to end. So, thank you, everybody, you know, for watching, commenting, lurking, and for the bits. Appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, again, you guys won't actually see me until Saturday, but I will be joining Corky on her stream for a little bit tomorrow at 6. So, I hope you all have yourselves a great rest of your night. I'll see you next time.